able to breathe freely with clear airways is a birthright. I've been thinking about this as I'm driving home right now and doing some deep, long breaths. The ideal breath, 5.5 seconds in, 5.5 seconds out. This is a really good way to calm you down, get you to a peaceful frequency. And I'm just blissing out on the breath, right? And I got to thinking about being able to breathe clearly and what that means, and things that affect your lung capacity, being able to drive oxygen into the body. And I've been experimenting with different foods and noticing this. Here's a cool experiment, so it takes the guesswork out of it for you. When you eat cooked food, things like starches, meats, beans, pasta, pasteurized foods like milk, things like that, your body produces mucus in order to protect itself from the food you're eating. And sometimes the mucus will help neutralize things that are in the food that shouldn't be in your body. And the beautiful thing is, when you stop eating food that is poisoning you, essentially, and when you stop eating food that causes your body to make more mucus, you can breathe more. And when you can breathe more, you live more. The number one importance in life is to be able to breathe, because if you can't breathe, you fucking die. So when it comes to prioritizing your health, being able to breathe clearly and air quality, number one, right? It's number one. Forget everything else. Forget your sleep. Forget sunning your balls. Forget, hanging upside down and eating raw meat and juice fasting at the top of a pyramid, right? Like, fuck all of that. Some of those things are good for you, but what you want to focus on is cutting out the foods that make your body make mucus. This is the truth. I've fucked with a lot of dietary stuff, and I'm finally understanding the importance of this. Not allowing your body to create more mucus. Your body is attacking itself when it's making mucus. Things like acrylamides and cooked starches, right? That literally causes an immune response in your body. And it's evident for me, right? So, for example, I'll go a week where I'll just eat fruit, right? And I've done, more than a week, but I've done like 2-3 weeks straight of completely raw diet. Meat is included in that, but my mucus production is still there. And a week on fruits is the ultimate equalizer, and it might be different for everyone. It might be 2 weeks for you if you're older, or if your baseline of health is lower. But for my personal body that I'm living in, it's a week, and my airways are right open, and I've only been on fruit for a few days right now, and they're already crazy open. So this is the telltale sign that it's like, okay, so my body right now, my airways are open, and I'm eating only fruit. So let's incorporate other foods and see what happens. Forget the philosophical beliefs of what we should and shouldn't eat. That doesn't matter here. What you do is, you go on a long fast, you go on a 3 to 7 day fast, or you go on a fruit fast where you just eat fruit. Juicy fruit is optimal for this, but fruit in general is fine as long as it's raw. Go a week on just fruit, and then introduce foods that you think are healthy, and see what happens with your body. And forget what you believe, and experience this, and you will have knowledge, knowing. Nobody can tell you what works and what doesn't work in your body. Generally, there's going to be certain truths, but if it produces mucus, if you get a mucus response from eating a certain food, that food is toxic for you. So don't eat it. Doesn't matter what people say if it's healthy or not. So for example, did 7 days on fruit like just over a week ago, and then I incorporated some rice. I had some meat and some rice. So if you want to be optimal, you do this with one food, right? So if I wanted to be perfect with this, I would just do rice, and just plain rice with nothing on it, to get a true experiment, right? Isolation is powerful. So after having that meal, my capacity to breathe went like down like 30%, maybe more, and my airways closed right up. And that's my body reacting to what I'm eating, right? Saying, no, this doesn't belong in my body, right? So this is where I have fun with it, because I'm getting clear on what truth looks like for me. I'm knowing, I'm not believing what is good and bad. So there's a difference. And I just thought I'd share that with you guys, because I think in this health space, there's really a lot of confusion. And I've fallen for it, man. Fuck, I have experimented with so many things, and I'm an experimenter. I have to know myself. I don't care what anyone else says about what's good and what's bad. I've got to try it myself. So I've tried everything from raw meat to, only drinking juice, and everything in between. And ultimately, I've come to the conclusion that mucus forming foods, whatever that is for you, you need to avoid if you want to be healthy. Because if you can't breathe, what do you think all your other cells are dealing with? They're starving for nutrition, right? They're starving for oxygen and hydration. So I'm not here to tell you what to eat, but I'm here to tell you that if you're eating food that's causing mucus production in your body, you're slowly killing yourself. Peace.